Hi everybody, I'm Shannon Rose, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys a little mini update on my kids. I know quite a few of you guys had kind of followed my IVF journey and our infertility journey when we were trying to have our kids, and now that they're here, I'd love to be able to just update you on them and let you know how they're doing. So for those of you that don't know and are here for the first time, I'm Shannon and I struggled with infertility for many years, and we documented that process in hopes to encourage other people that maybe were going through it alone, that they weren't alone, and also just like advice and just to see like what to expect, because it's a lot. We were blessed with not one but two beautiful babies. They weren't twins. We did two separate IVF cycles because on our first IVF cycle we were only left with one genetically tested normal embryo. The rest of the embryos didn't make it. And if you've ever done IVF before, you know, a lot of times they say the first time it doesn't work. And so we were devastated. We thought maybe we just spent $100 grand on infertility treatments to try to have a baby, and we only got one embryo. And lo and behold, that one embryo ended up implanting, and we had a successful transfer, and now that's our little girl, Snow. And she's now 6 years old. Can you believe it? She is healthy and thriving. She does have some special needs, and I sometimes wonder if any of that has to do with IVF or the way that we conceived her. I'll never know. I don't think, but she is a little firecracker. She has a very big personality. She's very independent in her own way, but she was diagnosed with a lot of things. Ever since she was little, we knew once she started turning 1-2 years old, we knew okay, something's a little off. We didn't know what. A lot of people were oh, she's autistic, but she made eye contact, and she talked, and she met a lot of her milestones, so we didn't think it was that. And then we had her evaluated, and we were really struggling. We tried putting her in preschool, and she regressed significantly. She was fully potty trained, and then went to preschool, had horrible anxiety. She liked it for the first week, and then after she's not having it. Horrible anxiety, hated going to school, kick, scream. I mean, every single day it was a struggle. She ended up going to the bathroom in her pants again. It was really bad, and we started to realize okay, this is not good. Maybe it's the school, maybe it's just too much for her. Let's take her out, let's homeschool. And we originally had put her in school because the doctor we had, it was she needs structure and routine, and she needs to be in school every day. And so that's why we did that, because before we were traveling in our RV full time, and I think the doctor thought that was causing her issues, but it definitely wasn't that. In fact, that probably, if anything, helped her, because she seeks novelty and is low on dopamine, so she's always needing dopamine constantly. And so if something's new, it's fun for her, but then after that she's over it, doesn't want to do it anymore. And so it was a real struggle. Anyway, lots of therapy. She got diagnosed with ODD, which is oppositional defiant disorder. She got diagnosed with ADHD and all kinds of stuff, that she was developmentally delayed. And I was what? She's so smart. How could this be? Later, after thank God for social media, we realized that she has something it's a profile of autism called PDA, and it's not well understood. In fact, it's not even in the DSM yet, but a lot of kids struggle with it, and the parents just don't know, and it sucks because the kids struggle so much, and it's so difficult to diagnose. It's very difficult to treat because they mask, highly mask, and then they let it out with the people that they're closest to. And a lot of times this can look oh, this is just normal kids are like this, we got that a lot. And we weren't able to get resources for her because she wasn't bad enough, and it's because she was masking, but they had no idea what was going on in the home. It was just a lot. And thankfully, I'm here to say we're very close to being at a point where she's as good as she's gonna get, and we just have to keep her there, and we understand her more. We know how to parent her. We are in parenting classes. She has special needs. We love her so much, and she is so amazing. It makes her special, and unique and different and fun, and I love that about her. And she's far from boring, I will tell you that. It is always something with her, and I have a special bond with her because I think she's my firstborn. We're so close. I can read her mind almost. I can feel her soul. We're bonded, at a very deep level. I'm just so grateful I have her. So that's little Snowy, and again, homeschooled still. And now let's move to Storm. So Storm was a different IVF cycle. He is now 4 years old, and he is just like my little man, you know. He's such a cutie. He's so sweet. I mean, he is just like the sweetest little boy. He's so handsome. He has the best style. Snow has good style too. They're both like have a very good fashion sense. Me, not at all. So they definitely don't get that from me. They're just like so cool. Like, they're cool kids. They're fun. They're smart. I love being their mom. Storm is also homeschooled. He also has some special needs. They're a little bit different than Snow's, but I definitely think they both have PDA, which is pathological demand avoidance. And it's, again, it can be a profile of autism, and it can also be like a profile of ADHD. So there's still a lot of research being done on it, but thankfully, like, we have amazing doctors and an amazing team around our little family, like, you know, making it so that they have a very good life, that they can thrive, you know. We live in the forest. They're like little nature kids, little nature country kids. They love gardening, they love doing crafts, they love going to the library. They're just like fun, you know, and they're funny. Like, they say the funniest shit sometimes. Like, Snow was like, Mom, you only look pretty with makeup on. And I was like, thanks, thanks, honey. It's like, they're very honest. She says funny stuff. I'm like, I tell her all the time, like, Snow, your skin is so soft. It's like so soft and smooth. I love your skin. You have such beautiful skin. She comes up and she touches my face. She's like, yeah, your skin is crunchy. It's like really funny. You know, like, they just make me laugh. They just like bring so much joy to my life. And I'm so, like I said, just so grateful to be their mom. But I still like have something in me, like, where I feel, and I don't know if anyone else feels like this, where like you still feel like you have so much love to give, and you feel like you're not done having kids. And even though like you're so overwhelmed with the kids you have, like, you know, it's just like a phase and a stage, and when they get older, it's not going to be as hard, and like, you just want more kids, you know what I mean? And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But I also wanted to share a little bit, because when I was searching online for trying to find out like what was going on with my kids, and like, I was like, this is not oppositional defiant disorder. Like, there's something else going on here. The medication they were giving us wasn't working. It was making her worse. Like, the ADD meds were making her worse. Like, it was just like something wasn't adding up. And like, I kept searching online to try to find answers, and I couldn't find them. And because of that, like, I feel so strongly about advocating for them, and also just like educating others so that they know what it is, so that they can be more empathetic, instead of like looking at them like, you know, what looks like throwing a massive tantrum because they can't have a toy at the store is really like a neurological brain disorder that they have, that they can't help. And even though it looks like they're bad kids, like on the outside, like, they are struggling with something that they can't help, that they were born with. And like, I just want people to be more sympathetic towards them, because they do need extra support. So that's why I feel like strongly about sharing. But I also don't know what they're going to be comfortable with me sharing when they're older, you know. And so I have videos of like what it looks like, right? I know some people have parents have posted like what signs their kids had when they were little, of like what autism looks like in kids. And so right now I'm just gonna put it up for members, but basically just like videos of the kids and what PDA looks like, and if your kids like maybe are experiencing something similar and you're not getting answers, and you are like confused like I was, like, maybe these videos will help you. So that's why I'm putting them up to educate. I'm gonna put that up, so like what PDA looks like, basically like in videos, so you can see visually, and hopefully that helps somebody out there. But anyway, I just wanted to give this short little update about the kiddos, and we are currently trying for baby number 3, our last embryo that we have, our one precious embryo we have left with a surrogate, since my body's not able to carry a baby anymore. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah.